Alright, so I was thinking, especially leading up into the beta, because I've never really played before the beta of Etheria Restart, which is ending very soon. I was thinking, yeah, Heinrich's #1 in the game. However, my sentiments on that have quickly changed, and I want to focus this video on Lily. So if you're new to this channel, like the video, and also subscribe, because we will be doing a lot more Etheria Restart content. I am very passionate about this game, and let's just say, while I'm not the best, I enjoy beating people up who are worse than me, and that is the feeling that I get when I get to use Lily in both PvE and PvP. So we're going to talk about her, and I also want to talk about one other unit in combination with Lily. So that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to go into the PvE and PvP part to this. I'm going to bring up some of my old games where these two units dominated together, but let's get into Lily first and why I like Lily alongside Marvel. So Lily in general, there's 4 main units that I've seen work very good with Lily. Number 1 would be, okay, they talk too much. It would be Messiah. So why it would work with Messiah is because she allows Messiah to ult twice in a row. Next is Tiamat when she's in her ultimate form. But if you want to check that out, I think Vulcan made a video on that. So please do check out Vulcan's video because the Lily Tiamat combo is great, but I don't want to focus on that. That's not really what I really care about. Next would be Marvel, which is who we're focusing on. And then the last one, where is she? Would be Lilith. And Lilith is basically because you could get like 2 huge ult stuns in a row very easily. So those are the 4 main units. Now, why does Lily enable these units and in general enable basically the whole fucking game to be good? Well, it's because of her skill 2 giving Twin Trick. So Twin Trick is basically going to make it that whenever she goes, the turn meter of the person she's partnered with that she puts this buff on, only one person is also going to speed up. Now, the main thing and the very important thing besides that is the ult and skill 1 and how it kind of works alongside that Twin Trick buff. So the ult, what it does is essentially when you use the ult, the person who has Twin Trick, their cooldown is going to be lowered by 2. So this cooldown lower is going to be huge to get your ult way quicker. For example, Marvel's ult has a cooldown of, where is it? I actually don't know, 4. So I think technically you would have to wait 1 turn, right? So that's, I think, because it says reduces skill cooldown, so I'm not sure, but I usually get it right after, right? So the kind of interaction is that you buff up Lily. Well, you buff the unit that you want with Lily, and this is going to give the increased speed to the whole team first of all, but then Twin Trick's also going to increase their turn meter of the person that got buffed, right? Which is a very nice combo. Speed and turn meter is huge. This, I want to get it to level 4, but I think I'm going to save on that. And my Lily doesn't have gear at the moment because I need to like kind of consolidate my gear for other units because I'm grinding PvE. And why this works is because it's going to boost up the unit, and in this case Marvel, then you're going to be able to ult, lower the enemy or increase the enemy's cooldown, which is going to make it harder for them to get their skills off. And then why not just also make it so that the unit who just ulted, like for example Marvel, is going to be able to ult twice in a row. Now with Marvel in specific, why is it good with Marvel? His ult, if you get this ult off and they don't have immunity, right? If they don't have immunity, you could essentially just loop them. If you have Lily and Marvel together, you just loop the enemy. So early game, late game, it's not going to work as well. I think I don't know what the set's called. Bulwark, this one. At the start of each wave, so the first turn in the battle, right? 1 time in battle in PvP, but I think per wave it's twice, right? Like, I think there's 2 waves in Doki Doki, for example, I think. Is it Doki? I think it is. And you would get the immunity, means you can't be debuffed. And then Marvel, yeah, sure, Marvel's going to be a bit more ass in there. However, if there's no immunity or he uses it after immunity, well, you could do this. It's going to lower their speed, lower their res, and then also make it, there's a 60% chance to lower their turn meter, which is going to put them so far back that you're going to be able to loop. However, what's very good is what you could do is you skill 2, it buffs Marvel up, and Lily is one of the quickest units in the game. We could just verify that right now. Look at her speed. She's the 2nd quickest unit in the game. Right? She's tied with Sonya, but Sonya's ass, so she is the 2nd quickest unit in my head, okay? So basically, that's it. 2nd, 3rd doesn't really matter. So you skill 2 first turn, then Marvel gets boosted up, and then Marvel's gonna ult, and then you ult with Lily, so then Marvel has his ult ready again very soon, but then this is where it comes into play, the skill 1, okay? So this skill 1 is gonna basically give you a 100% chance when you get it to level 5 to assist, which means the person who has Twin Trick assists, and his skill 1 has a 50% chance to steal turn meter. Now, why is that good? Because that's going to boost Marvel up. So you're going to do the assist. Marvel lowers the enemy's turn meter and then boosts himself up. It's a double whammy, right? So then boom, immediately Marvel gets boosted up, and then he could either use the skill 1 again, re-steal turn meter, lower the enemy's turn meter, or ult if he has it available from Lily lowering cooldown, and then re-lower their turn meter, reapply the speed minus, and then it's just an infinite loop of this, which is why you're able to loop the enemies so well. So we're going to try this in Terrormaton, and also I'm going to show some of the clips of how Lily and Marvel work so well together. So if you're able to catch those unsuspecting people early game, because for example, they're scared of Freya, because you will see that on launch, you're going to see where people are going to be like, oh no, fuck Freya, I'm not going to let her act, and then they're going to lower Freya. But guess what? Freya was the wrong pick. Now Lily and Marvel are going to go crazy. So you could see this, and this was very funny. I'm not going to lie, this was a very funny game. I had no DPS and I still won because of how you could just loop, right? You're not taking damage, because when are they damaging you, right? Lily is the second quickest unit in the game, right? And their Doki wasn't well built and I had my ult maxed out. So we push him back, okay? And this is only the start, right? This is only the start. Then Freya pushes him back more. We get attack boost. Then Lilith is also going to stun someone and re-push them back, right? So we're already getting to this point. So then they get pushed back, right? I put on Messiah, he gets stunned. Then Lily ults, and I think we get Marvel's ult back. Do we? No, next turn. So then we steal ult the turn meter, and look, we're ahead of everyone right away. Then he ults because Lily lowered the ult meter, like lowered the cooldown, and then we skill 1, and then he doesn't assist because he can't, right? And then yeah, then they quit. So that is just one instance. So let me show you again of another one. Like, if you want to catch people off guard, we see the level difference. I just want to make sure that's clear. But he was still gold too, which is pretty impressive at the same time for when this was fought. I think it was like 2 days ago. So like, we do the same thing. Like, this is a strat you could easily do early game because there's no immunity. But obviously when the immunity hits, you got to delay it, and Marvel's still going to be good. Marvel's still going to be like insane. Now Klaus also lowers their speed if she lands the debuff. Now they let us get Heinrich, right? So it's very different, but it's still very easy to actually clear this. And then we lower their increase their skill cooldown. So that's insane. And then Marvel ults right away, right? So he literally gets 2 ults in 2 turns. Right, I think at this point it was a lot better. And then also Klaus is a very good unit in these types of team comps. And I mean, it just kind of loops like that, right? Especially when you have a DPS, and there you go, right? Now this one too, especially with Leon, like if you think about it, like yes, Lily's going to be hard. However, look, this could be like anyone. Like if you get Klaus, you could put Klaus. Who else actually? Like I said that, but I actually don't like Freya. I mean, you could put Freya. Besides that, like, bro, why don't I fucking remember? I mean, there is some SRs, but we're gonna keep that on the down low for now. I mean, actually, we'll just show it. So like, if we check it out, like in this, if we want to put anyone there, like it could be Tsukiyo. I don't have Tsukiyo. It could be Doki, right? It could be Chiaki. Like also this unit. It could also be this unit. I don't know her name. I just know that Tyrandot, right? So all those units, you could like put anyone, right? You just want to fill up this last slot, because as long as you have Lily and Marvel, if you go first, GG, right? Because Lily boosts up Marvel, and Marvel's quick enough to where he will beat out anyone else if he has the speed. So that's something very important. We boost up Marvel, and this time they were higher level than me actually. So that's something to consider. Tiamat actually didn't get lowered, but you're going to see it doesn't really matter because Lilith actually lets us kind of cook, because we are able to push back Tiamat 100% guaranteed, and I think stun. We got the stun off too. And then bro, why Leon also pushes back. Look at that, 20% pushback. So Leon just as a like support works well. And then guess what? Marvel gets his ult again. So if you're able to do something, oh no, it's next turn. Sorry, I guess some games, I guess I didn't have it. I'm not too sure how that works exactly. Maybe I didn't level 5 his ult yet. I don't know. And then we steal Rahu's turn meter. He goes lower and I go way higher. And then we do silence. Silence is also very good. But I haven't really mentioned it, but it is very good because they can't use any of their skills besides skill 1. And then I think we're going to get up quick again with Marvel. Good thing we got the silence, I'm pretty sure, because or else Sonya maybe could have cooked us, but you know. And then we steal again. Rahu goes, which is fine. We steal again, right? And then we go ahead, right? And then we could ult again. So Lily and Marvel just are very toxic. And then we steal again, right? So that's why, and he goes again right away. We silence to make sure that Sonya can't res. We lower their mobility. So if you want to do this early game, this is specifically early game. And why this is fine is because these are units you're going to get up anyway, right? So if you're going to get them up, why not have fun cleaving units, cleaving the enemies, and just like fucking around, right? If you're able to make it work, it's going to work in either way. These units are the units you're going to be using most of the time. And then bada bing, and then bada boom. And then I think Born's dead. And then I think we push back Sonya. And look, Tiamat still has the stun. She hasn't been unstunned. She has not been unstunned since the beginning of the game. Like, this is what I mean. Like, these units are crazy. I don't think this is the best option. I think if you run like Grey Tiamat, that could, Grey Lily, that could work very well. However, so many people are going to run that because you want to build Leon up. So making sure you have a countermeasure, if you do get Lily, obviously, it's just going to be insane, right? It is. And then, like, look at that. Like, they barely got any turns. So it's insane. Now, let's do manual on health 4. I do believe it has to be manual because if you could buff, it's very difficult. Marvel works very well on manual, but it's a bit more difficult on auto, I will say, because you want to only use the skill 1 and not the skill 2. So this is the team I use. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you could see this publicly. I don't really give a fuck anyway. I don't really care, guys. Like, it's not my, like, I'll just share it. Like, I don't really care. I feel like even for guild strats, like, if my guild didn't really care, like, I would just fucking share that shit. So it's not really my thing to really give too much of a fuck. Now, on Lily's fine. And you're going to see, we boost up Marvel. And you kind of have to make sure all 3 get boosted back, because if not, you're kind of fucked. So there we go. Okay. Then we're able to ult with Freya. They're barely going to go. Like, they're going to get some turns in, but not many. And then Kloss is going to lower their speed, and then we're going to steal the turn meter next turn, which is going to be great. So I usually start with the skill 2 on the left, because it's big damage. Then we ult, and then Marvel's going to get his ult again. And you see he gets boosted up, right? And then he ults again, so we push it back. So Marvel and Lily on manual is just such a good combo, because then you're able to boost up with Freya, and then all the debuffs are going to stack to where Freya is also going to make it so that her passive is going to lower it with all these people debuffing. We push him back a bit, and then we skill 1. So now you're going to see it. Skill 1, it pushes back, Marvel gets boosted, right? So now we could ult because we applied our shell, okay? And now we push back Terror, right? It's very hard to tell which one. So I usually test it with Freya. So the one in front is the one on the left, so let's push that back, okay? And then we're going to push back with Marvel on this one, and then we're going to push back the right. No, right is still behind. Right is still behind. Okay, let's test that out. Right is behind. Okay, so let's start. We're going to try and kill him first. So now we could do this. Bop. There we go. Do we have ult? No. So let's... Yeah, we have to push this guy behind. Perfect. Because they're all going to go. That's fine. We want to make sure... I think... We're going to do this. Yeah, there we go. And then we could ult. Yes. Look at that. That's why it's so good. So now they go back. And once we get rid of the left arm, we're kind of in business. If Lily dies, that would be... It's pretty much game over, right? I'm just going to say it like it is basically game over, but we'll see. And then she ults again. So Marvel's going to get his ult again, which is insane. Let's just kill it. There we go. So now we're in a much better spot. Once you kill the left arm, you are able to kind of be free. Like, because you just rotate back and forth, 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 right? Back and forth. And then you're good. And then, oh, you ult when you can. There you go. And then you push back. And then you go for the left. Okay. And then, I mean, you just go back and forth. Like, at this point, it's just like, I don't even have to think. I don't even have to think. And he has no buff, and he's not going to have a buff, because usually he gets... Oh, that's unfortunate. Usually he gets a defense buff. So, you know, but let's push this one back. So there we go. And then we'll push this one. Like, this is what I mean. And then we could ult. Perfect. There we go. Okay. We only... Oh, fuck. That sucks. Okay, we're going to ult, increase our attack. Mizai is going to do big boy damage next turn. And then we're going to push back. Like, if you want a manual, this was very easy. Like, I probably would have needed to invest more if I wasn't going to be doing this. But thankfully, I do have the time to do this. However, I do believe it would be better to do it on auto. But given the units I have built, I think this worked best for me personally. I had to unbuild. I had to, like, reconfigure, like, get rid of what... what's his name? Kronos had, because like I just couldn't, like I couldn't, right? His skill 2 almost does more damage, which is insane, than his ult, which to be fair, his ult is AoE, so I guess we could count that in it. So we just kind of push back and forth, and like at a certain point you're just kind of looping them perpetually, like literally forever, right? Literally forever. So it's great. I mean, I love it. Like, this team, especially if you're able to run something in the back. Oh, this ult should do damage. Oh, yeah, that's good. if you're able to run something in the back or like have auto, I just usually play, like I watch videos. I've been in a big Conan O'Brien phase. I just discovered a bunch of his content. Shit's been great. So I've been putting that on the side, and I've just been like doing this on manual while having Doki autoing. So, you know, it's been a nice little back and forth to be able to grind my gear. So, you know, it's pretty nice. Let's go for that. We go quick enough. Let's buff. So Marvel gets ahead. Now we could go bada bing. Then we could ult, I think. I think we have the ult. No, okay, I probably should have used that with Lily anyway then. That's unfortunate. We're going to get quick enough. There we go. Yeah, we're going to do this because Marvel is going to advance. And then he's going to ult. So that's why. Like, you're ulting all the time. All the time. We didn't actually get rid of... We didn't mobility lower... Or turn meter lower. Sorry, Black Clover talk. We didn't mobility... again. We didn't action meter lower terror, but that's fine. Because it doesn't really matter anymore. Then we steal. There we go. And we win. There we go. Bop and bop. So that's how it works. Oh, we actually didn't kill. Alright, that's fine. Marvel gets the kill like the goat he is. Oh, wait, effect res. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? That could have been... Bro, attack bonus and crit damage. That could have been goated. That does suck, though. That does suck. So we're probably going to sell that piece. So yeah, that's kind of how it works. We did that in 3 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all, I'd say. If you want a manual, like, listen, I'm just saying, like, Marvel Lily work with a lot of content. We checked it in PvP. We checked it in PvE. Now, for PvP, you would have to play very differently once Bulwark comes into the equation. That's with Aurora, right? It's the final set you unlock, final dungeon you unlock. But besides that, Lily Marvel is just something I've been having so much fun with. It's been my go-to in PvP early on, but I think as PvP continues, I'm going to have to switch how I kind of use it. Lily's still going to be super good with how she works, but it's probably going to be more around buffers. Now, unfortunately, I don't have fucking Hellkit. If I got Hellkit, dude, that would be so good. But fortunately, I don't. So anyway, let me know what you think. Are you going to chase Lily on launch? Lily's a fucking insanely good unit. I think it is worth it if you want to reroll for her. I think she is the premium unit in this game. Better than anyone. I think she is number 1 in my head. For me, it goes number 1 Lily, number 2 Heinrich, maybe number 3 Tiamat, I guess. Number 4 Marvel. I think Marvel is insane. Yeah, Marvel's insane. And maybe number 5 Freya. But that's just off the top of my head. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Thank you for watching the video. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.